Hello and welcome to the very best betting show that ever was. Welcome to the show and introducing Team Bankroll. We've got Alex from Need for Tips, Stuart from tipsterhq.com, and Martin W. Green sports writer there. Not, just a few weeks left, I have to say, but going strong. First of all, Stuart from Tipster HQ, how are you?
Yeah, I'm actually not feeling too great today. Made a decision today that's going to stay with me for a while. After several years of trying to make Tipster HQ work, this will be my last season. So after this, Tipster HQ will be no more. But I shall stay active and keep posting my tips elsewhere. But yeah, not an
Oh,
easy decision, but it had to be made, unfortunately.
Oh, well, I know you have a lot
Ooh.
on your plate. I have to say, I've got the tipster sheet up, and I do not have, unless I'm on something wrong, tip. Maybe, oh, no, there you go. All right, phew, I couldn't see everybody saying. I have to say, Stuart, there's some good away value, and I was surprised that you were not on there, but obviously we will get to the games. I'm going to be brave and do a bet that I don't normally do. Actually, I've got two, but let's wait and see. Alex, how's your week going? Straight after this, obviously, we're going to do the ACCA show.
Yeah, the week, as every week, is going well. I'm very sad that Stuart has to leave Tipster HQ. It was a good project, a nice project, but obviously he has more important stuff to do with his time. It's understandable. I'm also sad because we just have 4 weeks more till the end of the season, and after that we'll take a break. But you can follow us and the rest of our team on oddsmarket.com because the rest of the sports are not stopping. We have a lot of experts from different sports on Odds Market. So the break with football will always be fun to watch also the other sports. And I'm ready for the show.
Good, good. Martin, how are you?
Very good, thanks, Natalie. Also, like to point out that England have a chance of winning the UEFA Nations League this summer, playing
Oh
against
yeah.
the Netherlands in the semi-finals. And then if they can win that, might be up against Portugal or Switzerland. So the football never ends. And then there's all the transfer gossip and all sorts going on. So
Nice
should be a
competition
busy
there.
summer, I'm sure.
At
All right, I
least
literally
England
got
will
it should
win
be a busy
something there.
summer. We missed that. On our studio setup, when Martin is talking this time, it only seems to handle three voices. And so when Martin is talking, sometimes, so if I talk over Martin during the show, that is why. All right, guys, let us kick off. Lots of games to cover today. Going to start, obviously, Liverpool versus Huddersfield. Now, one thing actually, very interestingly, so Martin and I actually covered this game on every Monday. We do a Premier League recap, but also a look at the early odds. And one of the bets that we really liked was Liverpool to win to nil. Those odds opened at 1.72, and they're currently at about 1.56. So the value obviously has gone from that. But if you did catch us on the Monday show and you jumped on it at that price, that was a really nice price. Martin, what do you like here?
Well, I think that just shows the power of our show that we can make the market move in such a direction. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to go for that anymore because I don't think there's the value there. But I'm going to go for classic bet Liverpool and under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.8. I think Liverpool should be able to steamroll at Huddersfield. They need to keep picking up points until the end of the season, but I think they'll take a foot off the pedal if they do go ahead, simply because they've got one eye on the Champions League in midweek.
Absolutely. I know Champions League fixtures next week. Liverpool in the under 4.5 goals as well for me at 1.8. Also, as well, actually, we should mention at the beginning of the show is we are doing another Team Bankroll T-shirt giveaway. Alex, run through. We're going to do it. We're going to do it at the end. But what's the what? Well, there we go, Stuart. Very nice indeed. Alex, run us through what the Team Bankroll T-shirt giveaway is.
So this time it will not be one, not two, but three, because I announced it on Twitter that it will be one for Europe and one for US. And someone said, why you are not doing also one for Africa, you know? So, okay, we are doing also one for Africa. We are not neglecting our friends from Africa. We'll never do that. So what you have to do at the end of the show, the live chat on the right side will disappear. You can only comment on the under the video, on the comment section below the video. So you will say your best bet for the weekend with odds of 1.7 and up. And if your bet wins, we will select you. We will select the winner. We will put them in a ball, and we will take one winner one for US, one for Europe, and one for Africa.
Yes, yes. And William Opono was the latest receiver of his Team Bankroll T-shirt. We do kindly ask, though, that you could take a picture of yourself. You don't have to include your face. Just show us that you got the T-shirt. William Opono just posted his picture as well. Go and check him out on Twitter, William Opono. All right. So next game here is Spurs versus West Ham. I'm on this one. I really like this bet. It's another Martin Classic. Spurs in the under 4.5 goals. Obviously, they've got a very important Champions League fixture next week. I think it'll be tight. Obviously, still undefeated on their new home turf. 2-0.
Very
Spurs,
nice.
Yeah.
Spurs are the only team to be completely unbeaten and having conceded 0 goals in their current home ground.
Exactly. Yeah. 3 last home matches, 1-0. Spurs in the under 4.5 goals at 1.95. Next one. My name is Dan, and then I'm not on Southampton versus Bournemouth. I also am on this one. I really like the Saints win, to be honest with you. I just think Bournemouth are not a good team to back. Saints won their last match to Wolves. They're struggling on the road at the moment, Southampton, but I do like their home win. Their odds of 2. Both Flash and myself were on that one. Watford Wolves, Martin.
2 teams fighting for 7th place. If Man City win the FA Cup, the team that finishes 7th qualifies for the Europa League. So it's a pretty decent prize. Both teams have been good in front of goal this season, and I think we should be in for a good open game here. So I'm going for both teams to score at 1.91.
Nice. All right. And then this is actually a tip that I thought you would be on, Stuart. Brighton, Newcastle. You like those high odds with the away side. I have to say, I'm taking a stab at Newcastle, 3.75. I think it's a fantastic price. I think that Brighton, they're just 3 points clear of relegation. Maybe that's why they're the odds, and they are at home. But they're just not scoring. They're not winning. And the value is in that Newcastle win. I'm going for the value there, 3.75. I'm going to put a unit on it. All right, next, Manchester United versus Chelsea. Alex.
I forgot to say that you have to mention where are you from, if you are from Europe, US, or Africa, because we need that, obviously. So Manchester United versus Chelsea, two teams who are fighting for that Champions League spot. They're very, very bad from both sides. Actually, Manchester United has a very negative record right now. First time since 56, if I remember correct. They lost 7 of their last 9 matches across all competition. This didn't happen since 1956, if I remember correct. But yeah, it's a must win for both teams. Chelsea are 3 points clear of Manchester United right now, but Arsenal are 1 point behind them. So it will be. I think that they will both push for the win there. So both teams to score for me, which is right now at 1.67.
All right. And Martin, I was reading your Premier League article. You on the article, obviously not chosen it for your best bets, but going for Chelsea draw no bet. Interestingly, I am liking Manchester United draw no bet, and Flash is liking the draw. I'm wondering if a 1-1 draw might actually be, considering we're hovering around that draw mark. But I have to say, Manchester United, I think were last beaten by Spurs, was it? In August on their home turf. The rest they've won or drawn. That was kind of one of my main sort of thinkings of that one. Why do you think Chelsea can nick it, Martin?
I mean, Man United have lost 5 of their last 6 games. They're in pretty dismal form. Barcelona obviously picked up a win at Old Trafford quite recently. And yeah, I just think they're very low on confidence at the moment. Chelsea aren't in great form either. They're a bit of a mess under Sarri. And I know they've got the Europa League coming up. But I just think they're in decent form. They've got players that can frustrate Man United and take advantage of their lack of confidence. But yeah, I wasn't confident enough in the bet to make it one of my best bets of the week. So
yeah, and Just to remind you guys as well, everyone here on the panel writes articles for oddsmarket.com across the leagues, and this show is about collectively bringing the best bet, hence the name of the show. Okay, so that wraps up Premier League. We are now moving to Ligue 1, and Stuart here, who knows how to pronounce every name, is going to take over.
I do live in France, so I should be able to get it by now. So, okay, the first one we're going to start with is Girondins Bordeaux against Lyon. And I am the only person on this one, and I'm definitely taking a bit of a risk here because I am going for Girondins Bordeaux at 5.25 with Bet Victor. There are some couple of high bets and a couple of more acceptable ones. Not Alex's kind of acceptable, but, more acceptable. Bordeaux actually have a fairly good record against Lyon, and Lyon are one of those sides who can dip in and out of form. They've played some really good football, and they've got some excellent players, but sometimes they just mess up really badly. So we'll see what happens in this one. Moving on, we've got Amiens against Strasbourg, and Martin, c'est toi.
C'est moi, oui. Strasbourg are the great entertainers of Ligue 1. Both teams have scored in, I think, 70% of their games this season, and that's a trend that's continued in recent weeks as well. Very open, very leaky in defence, but pretty good going forwards. Away from home against Amiens, I think we should be in for another entertaining clash. Both teams to score 1.91.
Thank you very much. You're also the only person who's on Lille against Nîmes. So what have you got for that one?
Yeah, I think Lille can return to winning ways in this one. They've been pretty strong at home in recent weeks, and they're looking to nail down second place in the table. Nîmes have been decent. They're in good form, actually, but on the road they have struggled. So I think Lille can put a couple of goals past them with Nicolas Pepe in great form. So I'm going to go for Lille and over 1.5 goals. Same odds, 1.91.
Thank you very much. I see Pepe is getting linked to many, many clubs around Europe right now. And I have to say, when I saw Pepe, people saying, "Oh, Liverpool should buy Pepe," I suddenly thought of the old defender, and I was like, "What do they want him for?" It took a minute, I have to say. Okay, moving on to Stade Malabcan against Dijon. I am the only one on this. This is a bet that has actually changed during the week. Earlier in the week, it was an away bet. But the value has moved, as it can happen, and now we're looking at a home win. So it's one of those rare home wins that I get. The odds are 2.9 with Bet Victor. One more bet that we got for this week, and it is, again, back with Martin. It's AS Saint-Etienne against Toulouse. What have you got for us?
Saint-Etienne, the form team in Ligue 1 at the moment, they're holding off Marseille, and they remain in fourth place in the table. They're having a really good season for them, and looking to finish strong. I think they should be able to get a result here against the Toulouse side that aren't in great form, but aren't in danger of relegation either. So not quite as motivated as Saint-Etienne here. Classic bet, Saint-Etienne and under 4.5 goals. At odds of 20 to 23. Someone work that out for me. Divided by 23, that is 1.87. There you go.
Yeah, 1.87. There you go. Okay, thank you. That's all we're doing for Liga 1 this week. Natalie, Bundesliga time.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Bundesliga, starting off with one of the key fixtures here, the key fixture, Dortmund versus Schalke. Alex and myself are on that one. Alex, what do you like?
Yeah, the Rivier Derby, it's one of the most important games in Bundesliga, and more important now because the two teams are fighting for two different stuff. But Dortmund, obviously, they are trailing Bayern by 1 point there, and not only they need to win all their matches till the end of the season, but they need Bayern to drop points at least in one match. Yes, Bayern might drop points because at the last two matches they have with RB Leipzig and with Eintracht Frankfurt. So tough matches for them. On the other side, Schalke are fighting relegation. Yes, they are 6 points above the danger zone there. but they are in really, really poor shape, and it was a very poor season from them. So I don't see Dortmund having much problems, despite being a huge, huge derby again in Bundesliga. I see Dortmund winning from halftime. So Dortmund halftime, full time at 1.8.
All right. Yeah, I agree with what you say there, Alex. I'm actually taking Dortmund and the over 2.5 goals in that match. Yeah, I'm expecting a Dortmund win here. Bit of value there for an ACCA, 1.35 for the Dortmund home win. Also, Dortmund in the over 1.5 goals for an ACCA bet. Alex, obviously, at the end of this video, Alex is going to be running through his accumulator bet for the weekend as well. He's got an accompanying article over at Odds Market. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, so next match we've got is Fortuna Düsseldorf versus Werder Bremen. Alex.
Yes, I think that it will be a high-scoring match. I was thinking to go for over 3 on the Asian handicap, but I will only go for over 2.5 at 1.66. Two great entertaining sides who are scoring goals for fun. Werder Bremen, unfortunately, their only match without a goal, it was last round against Bayern Munich. But they scored in the cup against Bayern Munich 2 goals yesterday. Düsseldorf are a great home side. They are not playing for nothing. They are a mid-table team, but they love to play offensive, open, and score goals. So over 2.5 goals at 1.66.
All right. Leipzig versus Freiburg. Martin, you on the Leipzig train?
I am indeed on the Leipzig train. Yeah, it's been a kind train to us recently. They're having a great season, aren't they? They really roared back to form, and yeah, I think they could definitely hold down that third place. Yeah, they've been starting their games pretty well recently, so I'm going to go for them to win half-time, full-time against the struggling Freiburg team at odds of 1.83.
Okay. Next we have got Hoffenheim versus Wolfsburg. Stuart.
Yeah, this is the long odd shot of the week. Hoffenheim are actually really, really good form. But Wolfsburg are a side that have impressed me at times this season. But this one kind of worries me because I've got Wolfsburg at 6 with Bet Victor.
Oof.
Yeah,
Jeez.
not my banker.
Jeez, that's the high odds there. Bologna Empoli. That was right. Yeah, Bologna Empoli. Moving on to Serie A now. Bologna Empoli. Martin.
We are indeed moving over to Serie A, and Empoli have the worst away record in Serie A this season. Bologna are in good form. They won their last few home games, and that has catapulted them up to the giddy heights of 16th in the table. Now, they are 5 points clear of Empoli, and victory in this game would put a comfortable margin between them and the drop zone. I think they can pull it off at home. I'm going to go for them to win this one at 1.83.
Alrighty. I am just discussing. Sorry, I'm quite preoccupied. I'm trying to discuss. I'm not sure if we're able to fit the ACCA in. Oh, and with YouTube, and it's going to be transmitted. We don't have it as a Hangout, Rafa. I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, it's confused the team that we are putting the ACCA show at the end. So I'm not sure. Maybe we all have to stay on, and Alex, and then you say it. But it's they're confused right now. Okay, Inter Milan versus Juventus. Myself, Martin, and Alex are on this one. I can start this one. I'm going to go simple. Both teams to score. I think fantastic odds. They're 1.9. Inter Milan at home. They're in third spot. They're not that far away from Napoli. 6 points. 6 points behind there. So they'll have that in their mind. Juventus' season is wrapped up now. Obviously out of the Champions League. Yeah, both teams to score. Goal from both sides. Both teams to score 1.9. Martin, what are you liking?
I'm going to have a go at Juventus draw no bet in this game. I know that they've wrapped up the title, but they're not in Europe anymore. They've got nothing much to play for. They're not resting any players for that. So I think they've got the quality to go and beat this Inter team. And I've got 2.2 on Juve draw no bet.
Awesome. Juve draw no bet. Okay, and Alex, what do you like?
I really like that bet from Martin because they are now fighting for they have nothing to fight for right now as they are already crowned the champions. But one thing, Ronaldo is always fighting to be a top scorer at the end of the season everywhere he plays. Right now, he has 19 goals. After that, we have Piontek with 21, Zapata 21, and Fabio Quagliarella with 22. So 5 games remaining till the end of the season. I think that he will give everything to score as many goals as possible. Uh, I think that they will also concede because they will not defend as good as they did till now because they don't want to risk injuries or stuff like that. Inter are fighting for that top 4 place. Yes, they are 5 points clear of Atalanta right now, but they are still fighting, and it's a entertaining clash. Always, it's a good match. So over 2.5 goals for me at 2.2, it will be a automatic bet till the end of the season for Juventus matches.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking of as well as doubling that both teams to score to make an Alex classic. All right. Next, we've got Sampdoria versus Lazio. Myself and Alex are on this one. This is my second bet where I'm going for the value, and I'm looking at the home side here. They've got a great home record. 3.18. I was even thinking of doing it like a double chance. I think the odds come to about 1.67, 1.7. But I thought, no, I'm going to take a little leaf out of Stuart's book. I'm taking a leaf out of a few people's books. I know that they lost at Bologna 3-0. They won, was it their last home match to Genoa 2-0. I'm going to take a chance on the odds of 3.18. I just think they're really good odds. Alex, what do you like, and what's Sampdoria's chances there of winning on their home turf?
They have good chances. I like the draw double chance option. I think that has more value because
Yeah.
Lazio are coming after a shocking defeat against Kiev, bottom of the table. They're the only team who know already that they are relegated in Serie B. They've lost at home 2-1. Incredible what happened in that match. Also, Milinkovic, Savic, and Luis Alberto are missing for this game. Red carded in the match against Kievo. So good chances for Sampdoria to win at home. Maybe you can play it also with Trono bet, but I fancy also goals. Lazio will come here to win this match because they are just 3 points behind us, Roma, and they will try to finish in top 6 there. So over 2.5 goals for me at 1.72.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of doing the draw no bet option, but I want the profit if it wins. I don't want to draw. You know what I mean? I'm going for the value. Okay. Atalanta versus Udinese. Yes, I just missed one as well. Alex, you're on this one.
Atalanta, my favorite Italian team this season. I've made a lot of money with them, and I think that I will stick with this bet till the end of the season. Yes, I know they struggled in one match to score after having 18 shots on target against Empoli, but it was one match. It was not more than that. Atalanta, when you talk Atalanta, you are talking goals, scored and conceded. So I'm going Atalanta and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.92 against Udinese, a team who are fighting relegation right now and who might, I don't know, give huge headaches to Atalanta, but I think that Atalanta will win after.
Yeah. I have to say, Atlanta's been one of those ones. Every time I bet on them, I seem to lose, and then if I don't, then the tip that I was thinking comes through. Also, as well, Atalanta -1, 1.5.
So it's like
Manchester United.
with Manchester United. I think
Completely like
I think that you should stop doing that.
It's completely like that. Yeah, I know. You probably dread it when I'm on Atalanta. You're like, oh dear. All right, I changed my mind. Yeah, and it looks like everyone is on board now for the Aka show to be at the end. Fingers crossed. And so I've got a couple of ideas as well. And Atalanta -1 at 1.52, I think, holds a tremendous value there as well. All right, Torino versus AC Milan. Stuart and Alex, I'm sure, are going head to head. Stuart, what are you on?
I'm on AC Milan. They've done me proud this season. I think they've got enough in their bank as well to get a win here. Torino are a good side, and they're pushing for European qualification. But AC Milan, they've got that cutting edge that you just got to love. 2.75 a bet, Victor.
2.75. Do you think that, Alex? Do they have a cutting edge that you've got to love?
I'm not touching the winners market here, and if I'm touching the winners market, I will say I think that it will be a draw match. Torino are a great defending team. Belotti is back in top shape there. AC Milan are struggling lately. I want to believe that Atalanta can catch that fourth place and take out AC Milan from Champions League, because they don't deserve to be there after this season. So I'm going both teams to score at 1.95.
All right. Okay, next, I think we're moving. We're moving over to Spain, La Liga. 1, 2, 3 matches here to cover. First one being Atletico Madrid versus Real Valladolid. Martin, what are you going for?
Atletico Madrid beat Valencia 3-2 in their last home game, which was a fine result, and it was a much higher scoring game than we're used to seeing from this team. But I think we'll be in for a more disciplined, controlled performance from Atletico this time around. Win to nil has come in a lot for them at Wanda Metropolitano Stadium recently, so I'm going to go for it again at odds of 2.1. I think they'll keep it tight in this one.
2.1. I got 2.05 for the Atletico win 2-0. You've got the best fence in the league against a team that can't score. I like it very much. Again, a couple of accurate options. Atletico Madrid in the under 4.5 goals, 1.55. And then Atletico -1 at 1.6. You want some little acca fillers. Okay, Leganes versus Celta Vigo. Alex.
Yeah, I love this match. I think that the Celta Vigo will return home with at least 1 point from this match. They are incredible with Iago Aspas on the pitch. I think that while I was talking with Martin last night about Iago Aspas, how underrated he is, and that the Celta Vigo are lucky to have him fit after a long-term injury, because without him, I think that he would drop to the second division there. So Celta draw double chance against Leganes, who have nothing to fight for, who are in a very bad form there. So 1.63 on Celta Vigo draw double chance.
All right. And finally, we've got Real Sociedad versus Getafe. Alex, you will be ending the show with this match. What are you going for?
Over 2 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.75. Getafe are fighting for the Champions League position. It will be incredible if they can achieve a top 4 finish. Real Sociedad are having some injury issues. Many of their important players are questionable. I think that we can see at least 2 goals in this match, if not more than that. But we will be covered if we will see only 2 goals. It will be a void bet.
Yeah, I like it. I like that bet a lot, especially you can find value there on the goals handicap there. All right, guys, run through our bets. Obviously, this is added to our score at the end. If you have a banker and or a double, do let us know. Stuart, what have you got for us today?
Okay, so I've got Bordeaux to win against Lyon at 5.25 a bet, Victor. Caen to win at home against Dijon. That's the first part of my double. Wolfsburg to win against Hoffenheim. That's on the road. Odds of 6 for bet, Victor. AC Milan also to win on the road at 2.75. That is both my banker and the other half of my double.
Okay. Alex, and also got a question here. Says, need for tips. What do you think about Getafe Real Madrid game? Do you think Real Madrid will win?
This is what I was saying also on the chat. I think that Real Madrid have nothing to play for there. Getafe, as I said earlier, they are playing for a top 4 finish. They are a great home side. My only play there is both teams to score. I took it yesterday at 1.75. Now it's at 1.61. So no value there.
Okay. All right. So what are your bets, your best bets here across the top 5 leagues this weekend?
Manchester United versus Chelsea, both teams to score at 1.67. Dortmund, halftime, full-time at 1.83. Düsseldorf versus Bremen, over 2.5 goals at 1.66, which is also my banker. Inter versus Juventus, over 2.5 goals at 2.2. Sampdoria versus Lazio, over 2.5 goals at 1.72. Torino versus AC Milan, both teams to score at 1.95. Atalanta and over 2.5 goals at 1.91. Celta Vigo draw double chance at 1.63. Real Sociedad versus Getafe, over 2 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.75. And my double is Celta Vigo draw double chance with Sampdoria versus Lazio over 2.5 goals.
Wonderful stuff. And last but not least, Martin Green, what are your bets?
I'm going to go for Liverpool and the under 4.5 goals against Huddersfield at 1.8. Watford against Wolves, both teams to score at 1.91. Both teams to score again in the game between Amiens and Strasbourg at 1.91. Lille and over 1.5 goals against Nimes at 1.91 again. Saint-Etienne and under 4.5 goals against Toulouse at 1.87. RB Leipzig versus Freiburg. RB Leipzig half-time, full-time, 1.83. Bologna to beat Empoli at home, 1.83. Juventus draw no bet against Inter Milan, 2.2. And Atletico to beat Valladolid, 2.1. Atletico to win to 0 there.
All righty. Okay, my notes are written this time, Alex. I think my writing's a little bit neater than yours. I can just about read my writing. So right, here we go. I'm going for Liverpool and the under 4.5 goals at 1.8. Spurs and the under 4.5 goals at 1.95. Southampton to win at odds of 2. Newcastle to win at glorious odds of 3.75. Then this is where I turn the page. I'm going Inter versus Juve, both teams to score at 1.9. Sampdoria to win at 3.18. I'm going for Dortmund and the over 2.5 goals at 1.8, and Atletico win to 0 at 2.05. My banker is both teams to score, Inter Milan versus Juve at 1.9, and I'm going to do Atletico -1 at 1.6 and Atalanta -1 at 1.52. There we go, guys. Right, we're going to try and see if this will work, see if my communication has worked, and we're going to move on to the ACCA show. So we're going to clip this, and I think it's going to be hosted over on Odds Market. But if you want to read Alex's full explanation, do head on over to Odds Market and check out his channel. So I'm going to say goodbye to Stuart and Martin. Have we got this, Rafa?
Bye.
Can we do it? Bye, guys.
Here we go.
Best of luck with your bets. I'll see you next week, and we'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.